I was in this museum a couple of weeks ago with a friend and looking around at stuff, and I saw these kind of royal coats of arms and things. And I was trying to work out what was written on them, but I couldn't translate all the Latin. So I started Googling some of the words and kind of muttering to my friend that, I only did a year of Latin at school, so I'm not very good at it. And he just gently said, "It's actually French on the coats of arms." And I looked, and of course it was French. Of course the royal family started off being French, didn't they? But some of the coats of arms are French and some of them are Latin. So anyway, for some reason, I saw Latin, and it was because I expected to see Latin, right? And this is a phenomenon that people have a lot, and it's something to really be aware of, is that the human brain can only cope with, small chunks of information at a time. There's a massive amount coming in. And so the brain takes shortcuts for efficiency. And if there's a sight that is familiar in some way, then the brain just sees what it expects to see. So you may find that there's something that you see regularly and you almost don't see it anymore. And it's the same with experiences and relationships and things like that. If you have expectations of how this is going to go or what's this going to look like, etc., then that tends to be your most forefront mindset, essentially. Yeah. So it's really important to be aware of this, because, in two ways. First of all, the coaching process is all about looking at what is going on in your life, really seeing it for the first time, rather than blindly repeating behaviors and cycles over and over again. To really stop and look can provide all sorts of new insights. The second way that it helps is that it helps you manage your mind. We tend to judge everything that happens as either good or bad, and we make these judgments based on our values and those past experiences that are similar to what we're looking at, what we're experiencing right now. And so what we're doing here is overlaying the actual facts of the current situation or event with our thoughts about similar or past events, and that's not really helpful when we're trying to decide how to respond to an event or situation, and it keeps you trapped. You might find there's a situation where you didn't respond that well, and you might want to make a different choice this time, but you don't realize that it's a different situation, that it's an opportunity to do something different this time. And it's important to separate the circumstance, the event or the experience that you're viewing, seeing, whatever, which has no intrinsically good or bad value, to separate that from the thoughts that you're having about the circumstance, which perhaps aren't even thoughts about the current circumstance as it's happening. They are often thoughts that you've had about similar circumstances in the past. So none of that's really helping you to be your best self and to move on and develop. So the next time you are struggling with a problem or a situation, and it seems unclear, where possible, just take a step back and ask yourself, what are you really seeing here? How is it actually the same as similar experiences in the past, and how is it different? And what was your response last time? Would you choose to make the same response this time or choose an alternative? And the thing is that every moment of our lives is unique. There are no perfect repeats, and thank God, because otherwise we'd be doomed to behave in the same way forever and never to learn and grow. We'd be making the same mistakes, never being able to move on from them. And how depressing would that be? But it's pretty hard to see things as if for the first time. But when you do, you also notice the joy and the beauty in them. You can improve your ability to see things for the first time by doing a little meditation. If that's something that you like to practice, just find a common object like that you can place in front of you. So like a pebble or a key or a leaf or a pen. just something every day, fairly small, so you can see it all clearly as you sit with it. And then just set your timer for 5 or 10 minutes for however long you want to meditate. And just gaze steadily at the object, appreciating it as if for the first time, taking it in. And you'll find a funny thing starts to happen is that things often begin to look weirdly different if you stare at them for long enough. And that's a really powerful message to the mind that actually, don't just assume what you're looking at, actually see it. So yeah, close your eyes as well from time to time in the meditation. So, gaze and then close your eyes and you'll see the imprint of the object on the inside of your eyelids. Again, that's quite a powerful symbol. And just remember that with life, everything happens for a reason. Life is trying to teach us lessons and help us fully experience the wonderful journey of being alive. And it's trying to do this all the time. So it's important that we see it. In this way, everything in your day is worthy of notice. There might be a message or a lesson or a gift for you. So become more aware. Learn to really look so that you don't miss a moment of this wonderful, fascinating life.